focus to another metropolis in Bangalore. A heart-wrenching tale came to the fore, an incident that would have put humanity to shame. A 34-year-old man was faced with complete indifference from two hospitals and passers-by, and eventually he met with an accident and died. Venkat Raman waited on the road, seething in pain. He later died even as his wife kept pleading for help with folded hands. The CCTV footage is out. No one cared. The couple set out on a motorcycle for medical assistance after he developed severe chest pain, but little did they know that the nightmare that it would turn out to be. Venkat was first taken to the Udbhava hospital. No doctors were present at the Udbhava hospital, so they referred him to another hospital. Then his wife rushed him to the Re-Life hospital, a short distance away. At that hospital, yes, there were doctors. An ECG test had been conducted there. It revealed that he had suffered from a mild heart attack. Doctors there advised Venkat and his wife to immediately proceed to the Jayadeva hospital, one of the more popular hospitals in Bangalore, because this particular hospital did not have the advanced treatment required to deal with a cardiac event. The Jayadeva hospital was several kilometers away. But instead of sending them on an ambulance or a hospital vehicle, they sent Venkat and his wife on a motorcycle, the same motorcycle that they came from home. And on the way, Venkat had an accident. By the time they got to the Jayadeva hospital, he was declared dead. This was an easily preventable death. This was a delay in treatment which has costed a life. And this tragedy raises serious questions about emergency medical care and emergency medical preparedness. I want to first play out what his family had to say.
Ma'am, on the night, what exactly happened? How did it begin? What is the sequence of events? Please tell us.
From morning 3:30, this incident has happened. He was paining more. It was paining more. So what he done? He vomited. After vomited, he went. I told to him I'll call a sister, but he didn't wait. He took his scooty and he went out. I'll go to hospital. If you come, you'll come or no? I don't want. I'll go to hospital. After that, I went to hospital. I went with Udbhava hospital, but the duty doctor was not there. After that, hospital of security, he told that go to Re-Life hospital. We went to Re-Life hospital. They took ECG and all. After taking ECG, my husband asked him, you give any treatment for this or you give any tablet? But they didn't give. They asked also whether you came, how did you came? They asked. He said we came from two-wheeler, but they didn't give any ambulance facilities also. After that, they told to go to Jayadeva hospital. We went to Jayadeva hospital. In Kadrinalli circle, he got an accident.
He was driving.
Yeah, he was driving. When he was driving, he got accident. After that, I'm begging all of them, but no one helped me. After that, lastly, after 5 to 10 minutes, his sister came. After that, she gave CRP and all. After CRP, he didn't wake up. After lastly, one cab driver came and stopped. After that, he took him for Dayananda Sagar hospital. In that Dayananda Sagar hospital, so they took ECG in car only. They didn't took him inside of the hospital also.
So there are two sides to the story. No hospital can refuse medical care, emergency medical care, especially if you have a cardiac event such as this. But at the same time, not all hospitals are equipped to deal with it. So how does one, fight this problem? Dr. Devi Shetty is one of India's most famous cardiologists. He's the chairman and founder of Narayan Hridayalaya. Thank you very much, Dr. Shetty, for speaking with us. This very sad tale of a young man, mid-30s. He was taken to multiple hospitals. Passers-by, about half a dozen cars passed by him and his wife. They were out on the road asking for help. The first hospital said that they don't have the doctors to treat him. The second hospital did an ECG, which revealed that he had a mild heart attack. They also said, we don't have the equipment to treat this, so take him to a bigger hospital. Before he could get to that bigger hospital, he died. It does raise concerns about hospitals denying emergency care. How does one deal with it? I want first your thoughts as a medical practitioner on this.
See, first of all, if the hospital doesn't have the infrastructure and the expertise to manage heart attack patients, it is better they refuse the treatment rather than admit the patient and not being able to offer the care. Because when the heart attack happens, there is something called golden period of heart attack, which is the first few hours. In that period, if the patient undergoes an angiogram and angioplasty or whatever the treatment, or diluting digesting the clot with some clot busting medicines, patient can die. So hospitals are very careful in admitting young people with a so-called heart attack if they don't have the infrastructure. So I'm not sure what exactly has happened, but this must be the reality. Otherwise, why will hospital refuse to treat a 32-year-old man? Yeah,
But
very unlikely. I don't think they have the infrastructure. They realize it's a ongoing heart attack and they won't be able to manage.
but Dr. Shetty, there is a twofold concern here. One, that hospitals cannot deny treatment to patients, particularly when they're coming in with an emergency situation. At the same time, as you said, and rightfully so, hospitals that are not equipped to deal with such a situation should not be treating the patient. They should be referring it to a bigger hospital. What does one do in this dilemma?
If he is caught in the middle of the road, poor chap had a heart attack. Obviously, that's not the place where he lives. He must be living somewhere else. And if he's living in some place, if he had a problem at home, he will know where to go. But this kind of a situation, it is very sad. But the important thing is, I wouldn't say I'm glad hospital refuse treatment. I'm sure they would have given the first aid, at least whatever is required, some aspirin or a sorbitol tablet. But more than that, these hospitals are not in a position to do. My advice to everyone is, I'm going back to we have to ask a fundamental question. Why did a 32-year-old man had a heart attack?
Yeah.
That is a fundamental question. Now, we are missing a point. If this person who had a heart attack 1 year ago, if he went to a diagnostic lab, got one ECG echo and a CT scan of the heart, this heart attack wouldn't have happened, right? So it is very, very important that in India, people should understand the importance of annual checkup and get the test done.
Okay.
Now, this is the most important message I wanted to give you.
So,
About the regulation saying that you have to offer the primary care, there is a regulation and almost most hospitals abide by that. But if it is a heart attack, believe me, most of the hospitals, small hospital, will not be able to take care. Especially a young man with a full-blown heart attack arriving, he has to reach a hospital where there is infrastructure. And fortunately, in Bangalore, every street has a cath lab where these procedures can be done.
So-
I'm surprised that he couldn't reach the right hospital.
So, Doctor, you talked
don't
about,
need to go for a
young
big hospital
people
in Bangalore.
having a heart
In
attack, people in their 20s, people in their 30s. It's become a phenomenon in the last few years, particularly after COVID. I don't want to get into all this conspiracy theories about, the COVID vaccine has something to do with it, so on and so forth. Those are conspiracy theories. But there has to be a reason why younger and younger people, 20s, 30s, 40s, are getting a heart attack. Why is that?
Young people always had a heart attack, even in the past, but it is just that since we are all well connected with each other, we get to know. I just want you to talk, you are talking about the young people. You please Google FIFA, Federation of Football Association, and write cardiac arrest. Then you see series of articles, and you will read that in the last 4 years, 617 professional footballers had a cardiac arrest during practice session. This is documented. 4 years, 617 professional footballers having a cardiac arrest. Undocumented cardiac arrest among the professional footballers will be 10 times more. Now, you mean to say we are much fitter than a professional footballer who's in his 20s? Why this happens? All of them had a pre-existing disease. I want to send a very clear message to all of you that no individual with a normal heart ever develops a heart attack. All of them had a pre-existing disease that could have been diagnosed 10 years earlier if they had the basic test. This is the problem. This is what we have to address.
Okay. Joining us and enlightening our viewers with your thoughts. Thank you.